definitely stay on the box. There are 2 goals. Both goals came on penalty. So you definitely stay on the box in this next period. Other things to consider, more offensive pressure. We're not able to set up in the zone too much. They're getting definitely time to possession in the zone. They're winning.
Welcome back to the rinks in Hauppauge, Long Island, New York for Skylands Kings hockey. Mike Formisano here on Saturday night as the Kings lead 2-0 over the PAL Blue Knights. Goals by Jonathan Dicken and Gabriel Stampone have given the Kings a 2-0 edge. Shots on goal after 1 period, 11-5 favoring Skylands. Now the teams will switch sides. Kings will be going left to right on your screen, and the Blue Knights right to left. It'll be Gabriel Stampone, Vincent Pizza, and Maddox Claudia. Oh no, Connor Dunn out there on the line for the Kings. Brayton Klein and Michael Gigarelli on defense. Here we go, second period just underway as the referee drops the puck. Goes back into the King zone, there is Clyde. Clyde gives chase behind Catrini's net. Dunn plays it up but not out, held by Schwartz. Schwartz on the back end, Gigarelli turns it around. Ty with the shot, over the crossbar. Clyde, now Stampone with it. Up to Pizza, held by DiPietro. Here's Braden Klein. Intercepted by Costa. Costa on the backhand shot. Blocker glove save by Catrini. Oh, big save by Catrini there. Now in the slot. On the backhand. And Kaufman can't put it on net. He's tied up by Stampone. Stampone, maybe Gigarelli also got a piece of that as well. So here's Dunn. Back to the line. Do they hold it in? Referees say yes. I thought it just went over. Here's Kaufman. Shot toward the goal. Gigarelli got a piece of it. Slowed it down for Catrini. DiPietro gets a shove by Pizza. Here's Stampone coming in with Dunn. Over to Connor Dunn. Dunn on the faceoff circle. Goes in the far corner. Behind the net now. Looking for a wraparound attempt. Can't set it up. He goes to the near boards. Checked by Kaufman and Chikas. Pizza tried to hit Stampone in front. Just goes underneath his stick. Picked up by the PAL Blue Knights. Here is Kaufman. Sends it in. Dicken will take it. No, he goes to Catrini, who will put his glove on it and freeze it for a face-off. Just underway. Second period here from Hauppauge at the rinks. It's 2-0 Kings leading the PAL Blue Knights. PAL standing for Police Athletic League. Kings have played the PAL Blue Knights a lot over the years. They were known as the Silver Knights for a little while. They've gone back to the Blue Knights, but they're partnered with the New York Islanders. They've been with the Islanders for a long time. 7 years, 8 years that the Kings have been playing PAL Blue Knights. Here's Kahn, sends it in. Kings have usually won, but there was 1 year the PAL Blue Knights had 2 wins against the Kings. I don't remember what year that was. I think it was at Bantam's, but I'm not sure. Years just fly by. Remember covering the Kings and games against the Blue Knights when the AHF just started, or even before then. Showcase down in Maryland, and it was Pee-wees, maybe Squirts. We started covering the Kings with Squirts years ago, 2021. So icing all the way down to the Skylands end of the ice. To the right of Catrini. Face-off goes over to Dicken. Dicken will send it around. Outside the zone, Schwartz can't take it. Sent back in. Here's Dicken. Jonathan Dicken. Cross ice pass. Just past Valente. It's going to come in on goal. Capono will play it out. Held in by Claudio. Pass back, and it just goes underneath Colucci's stick. Now Verlin coming in. Verlin, good move. Checked down by Dicken. Good check by Jonathan Dicken. Sent in. Stick save, Catrini. Dicken will send it around behind the net. Schwartz on the far end. We got a whistle, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty against the PAL Blue Knights. We see Robert Verlin go to the box. Power play for the Kings. They're third of the night. They're 2 for 2. We'll see if they can capitalize on the third one. Face off to the right of Anthony Capoto. Robert Verlin, 2 minutes off. Stampone, Dunn, and Pizza on the line for the Kings with Dickin and Church on defense. Kings win the draw, goes back to Church. Church sends it to Pizza. Outside the zone, tipped by Costa. Now Dickin. Played up by Skylands. Over to Schwartz. He'll send it in on net. Katrini may have gotten a stick on it. It may have just gone wide. I don't know if it skimmed the stick. Sent all the way down by the Kings. That's going to be an icing. And it was sent all the way down, and we're going to have to regroup in the Kings zone. $13:35 to go in the second period. Kings lead 2-0. Goals by Dickin and Stampone. Face off to the left of Katrini. One by the Kings. They'll play it up off the boards. Oh, it took a weird bounce as it would have went to Valente. But here's Pizza. With Gio coming in. Shot by Capoto. Rebound. Save by Capoto as Valente tried to shove home the rebound. It took a weird bounce off the boards as Valente was racing to meet up with it. Instead, it bounced backwards. So the puck came in, had to be passed to Valente, and then he was able to take the rebound shot. Face off, back to Klein. Kings player lost an edge. I think that was Pizza. No, Stampone. Comes back to Dunn. To Dickin. Now over to Klein. Intercepted by DiPietro. Klein will send it in. Here's Braden Klein. Now over to Dickin. Jonathan Dickin racing in over to Blue. Drops it off. Here's Dunn. Taking off his stick. Fanned on it. Now cleared all the way down the ice by Schwartz. Stick the side by Katrini. Klein in the corner. Comes back out. Deflected. Goes into the netting above the glass and out of play. 33 ticks to go on the penalty to Verlin. 12:35 to go, second period. Kings leading by a deuce, 2-0. Line change for the Kings. Gallucci out there along with Filato, Giancarelli, Church, and Formisano. Scored by Filato. Goes over to Giancarelli. Sends it along the boards. Up to Formisano. Now past Filato. Groshans has it. Formisano sends it in. Wraps it around the boards. Goes into the far corner. Church gives chase. Justin Church. Formisano will tip it off the glass. Rolls around the kick plate. Groshans can't clear. Giancarelli. Shot. Save. Rebounds loose. Cleared by Groshans before Formisano can jump on it. And the penalty is over to Verlin. So no third power play goal for the Kings now. They're 2 for 3 on the man advantage. Verlin. Stopped by Church just briefly. Giancarelli has it. Cross ice. Goes over to Kahn. Now Verlin. Formisano. Big check. And it opens up a lane for Church. Church coming in. Past Filato on the near side. Oh, Formisano cleared the lane there. And Church was able to come in, but he couldn't hit Filato on the opposite side. Now Church gets checked by Groshans. Formisano behind the net. Sent in. And rolls out of the crease to the near boards. Cleared by Ty. Aiden Ty coming in, 2-on-1, the shot, save, Contrini, right to the breadbasket, and it'll cover. 11:01 to go in the second period, 2-0 Skylands, leading over the PAL Blue Knights. Mike Formisano here on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday night. Hockey night in New York and New Jersey. If you're watching in Jersey, which most of you guys are, but hockey night in the New York metropolitan area, let's say. Off the boards. Comes over to Stampone. Now to Valente. Gio Valente, shot, just missed the left post. Here's Claudio. Good check by Stampone. Comes all the way down the ice to Dickon. Here's Jonathan Dickon. Off of Maresca. Good check by Welter. Brian Welter. Maresca in. It's on the post. And Contrini covers. I can see the puck just peeking out from underneath his blocker glove and the apron. 10:26 to go, second period. Back in the days when the blocker gloves were called waffles, because they used to have little circles on them that looked like a waffle. In the shot, score! Maresco! Jeremy Maresca gets the puck in the low slot and tucks it into the top right corner. Jeremy Maresca makes it the game again. The PAL Blue Knights have cut the Skylands Kings lead in half, 2-1. And the shots on goal, by the way, 13 apiece, so I don't know where the Kings have been this period. And now the Blue Knights are ramped up. Face-off goes over to Skylands. Here's Klein. Offside on the play. 10:18 to go in the second period. Goal by Joseph Maresca to make it 2-1. Blue Knights trailing the Skylands Kings. Filato sends it in. Goes along the far boards. Groshin's after it. Ian Groshin sends it around the con. Checked along the boards. There's Pizza. Held in by Klein, but only briefly. McCormick picks it up. There is Gavin McCormick. Pass across. And it goes wide. Now in the low slot, the shot. Oh, and Chikas just missed the left post. Now in front, shot over the crossbars. Contrini reached for it. Chikas. And here's Filato. Mason Filato. Filato will dump it off to Pizza. Vincent Pizza going into the corner. In front. Just goes wide. So here's McCormick. McCormick to Chikas. Knocked off the puck. Goes all the way down the ice. Kings will give chase. 9:14 to go, third period. Kings leading by just one goal now. 2-1. Jankarelli, pass to Klein. Klein will give it up to, big check on Stampone by Groshans. Now Klein to Jankarelli. Jankarelli will send it up and all the way around. Capono behind his net. Plays it to Groshans. Stampone looked like he was lining up that check. Formisano gave one. Here's Stampone coming in, right through the crease. Gabriel Stampone with the shot. Capono with the save. Picked up by Kahn. Formisano crushes Kahn on the backboards. Now to McCormick. Gavin McCormick sends it in. Jonathan Dickon picks it up. Dickon knocked down by Bryant. Gets back up. Turns the other way. Here's Pizza. Pizza with the pass to Formisano. Formisano skating in. Tied up by Verlin. Now here's Dickon. Verlin in the near corner. DiPietro along the near boards. Skates up. Good poke check by Dickon. Now Pizza. Delayed offside. Kings cleared the zone. Slot shot by Pizza. Saved by Capono. And he'll hold on to it. Halfway through. 7:50 remaining, second period. Kings lead the Blue Knights 2-1. Shots on goal favoring the Kings. Excuse me. 15-14. It came out of nowhere. The weather's starting to turn on me. Puck sent along the boards off the dasher. Goes back to Clyde. Hit from behind by Hayes. You know, that's the one thing the referees really have not called a lot over the years. That they used to call a lot years ago, which was the hitting from behind. You check. They call roughing a lot, but they won't call the check from behind all that much. And I'm surprised. Save by Capono off the Valente shot. They'll cover. I mean, it's not like they won't call it if it's boarding or if it's charging, but just you're standing there and you just hit the player from behind. This checking from behind, it was always called back in the day. You rarely, if ever, see it. Face off to the left of Capono. Here's Filato. Tosses it in the air. Goes over the crossbar behind the net. Filato gets knocked down. Taken by Groshans. Ian Groshans clears his own. And there is Clyde that shakes it down. Now Valente. Pass over to Clyde. Braden Clyde. Up the boards to Gio Valente. Valente coming in. Gio hits the brakes. Turns around toward the net. Capono will cover it with his glove. As Max Claudio was right on the doorstep. .650 remaining, second period, 2-1 Kings. Be Stampone, Pizza, and Dunn out there for the Kings, along with Ceccarelli and Dickon. Face-off won by the Blue Knights. Along the near boards, cleared the zone. Ceccarelli with it now. Michael Ceccarelli sends it down a goal and covered by Capono. 6:40 to go now, second period. 2-1, Kings lead. Close game here at the rinks in Hauppauge, Long Island. Then out a face-off to the right of Capono. Stampone will take it. The slot. Now here's Pizza. Pizza with the shot off the face mask of Capono. It's loose. Here's Dunn. Connor Dunn. Now Pizza in the high slot. The shot. Save. It's underneath Capono. And he covers. Good save by the goalkeeper for the PAL Blue Knights. As Connor Dunn was waiting to slam that home. So now to face off to the left of Capono. Stampone will take it. DiPietro comes over into the corner. Stampone in front, shot saved by Capono. Stick save. Now Dunn. It's knocked down there. And the pass out to Welter. Here's Ryan Welter. Robert Verlin, Ryan Welter. It's behind the net. Here's Pizza. Shots on goal have now got a little more to the Kings, 19-15. DiPietro back at the point. Stolen away. Tripped down. We got a penalty call against DiPietro as he trips down number 18, Gabriel Stampone. And so Jake DiPietro goes to the Sidman for 2 minutes. 5:46 to go in the second period. 2-1 Kings leading over the PAL Blue Knights. Face-off won by the Kings. Goes back to Dickon. Held at the point. Pass. Intercepted by Verlin. Sent all the way down the ice. Catrini will leave it for... Actually, he's going to pass it over to Valente as there was pressure coming in by Verlin. Here's Valente. Over the blue line. Now over the red. Coming in, and Dunn had to hop over Will Bryant, and as he did, he landed inside the zone. So he had a race to get back over the line. He couldn't do so. 5:18 to go, second period. Now the faceoff will be outside of the Blue Knights zone. Stampone against Verlin. Stampone wins it. Goes into the Blue Knights zone. Capono behind his net. Schwartz picks it up. Schwartz off the glass. Stampone. Gabriel Stampone. Back to Dickin. Dickin fires. Save Capono. Church has it in the near corner. Justin Church. Pass across. Tipped by Verlin. Stolen away. Sent all the way down the ice. And there is Contrini. Picked up behind the Kings net. Here's Valente. Now Bryant. Will Bryant. Valente has it right in front of the bench. Vincent Pizza skates in. Pizza on the faceoff circle. He'll drop behind the net. Checked by Groshans. Sent all the way down the ice, and there is Contrini, who will dump it off for Klein. Braden Klein now. Pass to Valente. Up to Pizza. Here's Groshans. Sends it up all the way around. Klein has it in the far corner. Costa has this habit of slamming his stick on the ice, I guess to try and fool the player that's got it for the other team. Probably works about 10% of the time, maybe 5%. Here's Klein. I mean, at times it does work, it's good to do, but here's Forbesano shot. Oh, just off of the glove, and now in front, Pizza. And Pizza just puts it wide. Now Forbesano in front, sends it in on net. He just got a piece of it, Capono, with his glove. Klein now with it. Klein across. Slap shot by Stampone. He fell down. Here's Pizza. Back to Stampone. Holds it at the point. Skates around the defender. Shot deflected. Goes wide. Now Klein. Applying pressure. Braden Klein sends it around. Pizza. Vincent Pizza tries to send it toward the net. It's tipped by Groshans. And it's passed up and outside the zone by Hayes. Now the Blue Knights come in. Shot off the post. Number 13, Joseph Costa, rings iron. Now here's Pizza. Pizza coming in. Vincent Pizza goes around behind the net. Looking to pass it off. He gives it back to the point. Shot comes in, deflected. Wide. Forbesano now backhands it. Nobody home in the slot. And Costa will come up with it. Costa just missed tying this game. Hit the outside of the post. Now here's Dickin. Jonathan Dickin. Behind the net. Sends it up. Tipped outside the zone. DiPietro sends it back in. Rocco Gallucci picks it up for the Kings. With 2:08 to go, second period. And here come the Kings. Backs up to Filato. Filato skating in the back end. Sends it toward the goal off the right pad of Capono. He didn't have an angle to get a clear shot, so he tried to tip it in. Dickin sends it around to Gallucci. Big check by Bryant. Off the glass. Held at the point. Kahn sends it all the way back around. McCormick with it. Big check by the Kings. Now in front. Off the side of the cage. It's behind. Here's Filato. So the Blue Knights trying to put that home and just couldn't get it past. Now Church. Oh, diving stop by Kahn. What a play. Forbesano sends it in. Ethan Kahn dives to stop that. Here's Chikas. Coming down Gallucci. Shot. Save Contrini. And Gallucci will save it. They'll go all the way down the ice. Now DiPietro back for it. Forbesano forechecking. Forbesano tried to steal it away. Checked along the near boards. Far boards, I should say. Picked up by the Kings. Back to Klein. Braden Klein fires. Saved by Capono. And he'll cover. 43.7 seconds to go here in the second period. 2-1. Kings leading on a pair of first period goals. Dickin and Stampone. But then it was cut in half by the PAL Blue Knights in this second period. Jeremy Maresca with the goal for PAL. To the left of Capono. Groshans takes it. Along the boards, there's Ty. Oh, huge check by Filato. Oh, and the player's down. So we're going to take an injury timeout. As a PAL Blue Knight player down. We'll be back to the rinks right after this. Welcome back to the rinks in the hot hog as the injured player, number 88, Aiden Ty, back on his feet, skating off under his own power. That's good to see. He got hit, and it was a clean check, but just where he hit on the boards, it was a rough hit, so glad to see he's all right. 32.3 to go here in the second period. So the face-off will be to the right of number 33, Anthony Capono. Stampone will take the draw against Verlin. Here it is. Kings have it. Dickon back at the point. Fires into the skates of Maresca. And here comes Robert Verlin. Verlin in on Giancarelli. Forced to the outside. Good play by Giancarelli. Michael Giancarelli will pick it up. Pass to the near boards. Kings can't clear the zone. 8 seconds to go in the period. Here's Dunn. Connor Dunn with it. He'll send it around behind the goal. Oh, take a win bounce. The shot saved by Contrini. And the buzzer sounds as the Kings take a collective sigh of relief. Connor Dunn slapped him towards the backboards, figuring it would bounce to the far end. Instead, it landed right in front of Contrini and onto the stick of a PAL Blue Knight forward who had a clear shot on goal, and Contrini just able to get enough of it. Wow. The Kings hold on barely to a 2-1 lead as we head to the third period. We'll take a quick break, start up a new feed, come right back on Facebook Live. 2-1 Kings lead over the Blue Knights. You're watching Skylands Kings Hockey on Facebook Live. We'll be right back.